Planet Dolan.
From waving to a crush with an animal's body part, to accidentally telling a girl to take her clothes off in class, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the most awkward ways we've ever tried to flirt with someone. I'm PringleTheOne, and today, I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Colonelabeuckworth. One day in her biology class, Princess Proton's class were dissecting frogs. While she was skinning a frog leg, she remembered that if the right place on the leg was squeezed, it would stimulate a muscle contraction. Being an animal geek, Princess Proton found those facts amazing, so she decided to go up to a guy she liked. As she squeezed the frog leg, Princess Proton said, "Hey, I heard you were a leg man." She kept making the leg wave at him, which made the guy scream. That was when she remembered that most people don't enjoy that kind of humor. Number 9 was submitted by TheSovietSnorlax. When he was in high school, there was a very sexy girl that Gergak liked, though she was a pretty crappy person. One day, his friend nagged at him to talk to her, so he did. When he walked up to her, Gergak said in a smooth voice, "Ha, what's 4 legs and doesn't have the most beautiful girl on it? My bad. Wanna fix that." The girl slapped Gergak across the face and said in a loud, angry tone, "Screw off, creep. Don't talk to me again, or I'm gonna kick your ass." That was when Gergak walked over to his friends, defeated. His friends asked him what the hell he was thinking. Not only did Gergak never talk to the girl again, but his friends still give him a hard time about what happened. Number 8 was submitted by Girl That Time Forgot 10. There was a boy, Time Wanderer, in Pandora's math class that she liked. He sat 2 seats away from her, which she thought was just the right distance where they could talk. One day, they were doing a worksheet about angles, but Time Wanderer didn't know how to do angles. When he got to one answer, he asked Pandora what it was. She answered, "It's around 10 degrees, so it makes an acute angle. You know what else is cute? You are a cute boy." He just gave her a disturbed look and asked the teacher if he could move seats. Later, she learned that a girl who had been sitting between them was his girlfriend. She even messaged Pandora many times, wanting to fight her. Pandora changed math classes after that. Number 7 was submitted by Nightmare Lover 2862. The most awkward way Sid ever tried to flirt was when he was in gym class. There was a girl he liked, and they had a teacher who would make them play games he had created. One time, they were playing a game like baseball but without the helmets. Also, instead of hitting a ball with a bat, they kicked it. So Sid's team was in line when they were all squeezed next to each other. It just so happened that Sid was squeezed next to his crush, so he decided to man up and say something. He said,
"Whenever I lay my eyes on you, I'll always think of a healthy sandwich, and I will eat my way to your heart for love."
At first, there was an awkward silence, but then she began to make out with him. "You go, Sid." Number 6 was submitted by K to the Carrion. When Derek was in 2nd grade, there was a hot girl, Melissa, who really liked bugs, so at recess she found a dead cockroach. Derek picked it up and looked at it. He said,
"You like bugs? I do too."
He then bit off its ass. Not only was Derek bullied after that, but he found out that Melissa hadn't even been watching him. She was watching his friend who was standing behind him, her crush, Nixium. Then they were in 6th grade. Nixium pantsed Derek when he was about to ask her out. Melissa was so impressed with Nixium that she went out with him instead. Number 5 was submitted by CaptainWeber. When Captain began hanging out with his best friend, they always ended up in a small group. In that group was a girl who he thought was very pretty. Whenever Captain saw her, he always referred to her as "sexy lady" and gave her flirty compliments. When he asked her if he was being too forward, she told him that it was fine because it made her feel pretty. One day, Captain and his group were sitting around, just chilling out. At one point, Sexy Lady said, "I better go, unless you want me to take off my clothes right here." Captain casually waved his hand and said, "Oh, please, take off your clothes." His statement made Sexy Lady and all his friends stare at him. It was awkward, though he continued flirting with her until he found out that she had a boyfriend. Number 4 was submitted by Meowkin63. When he was in 7th grade, Dolan had a huge crush on Goobie. He thought that because everyone his age was dating, he should be dating too. So one day, he went up to Goobie to flirt with her and ask her out. Originally, Dolan was going to say,
Your eyes sparkle more than my future.
Because he was scared, Dolan ended up saying,
Your eyes shine like my dick?
That was when he thought that he was screwed. The next day, Goobie said that she shouldn't date until she was 16 and to ask her out then. Years later, Dolan asked her out, and they are still together to this day. Number 3 was submitted by Esther the Seagull. There was a guy in Froggy's school that a lot of girls liked, including Froggy. One day he walked up to her and asked, "Wanna come to my party?" Of course, she said yes. That night when she got to the party, the guy went up to her and said, "Hey, I stubbed my toe. Can you help me find band-aids?" So Froggy followed the guy to his room where they talked for a while. He then leaned in close and Froggy said, "I knew you wanted me." She kissed him, but then the guy backed away and just looked at her. "The band-aids are behind you," he said. She freaked out and ran outside, crying. The next day, Froggy went to school where everyone said, "You kissed him!" So she went up to the guy and began yelling at him for telling everyone that she had kissed him. The guy explained that his friends were outside the room when she kissed him and saw everything, and that he was gay. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Number 1 was submitted by me, your narrator, PringleTheOne. The most awkward way I've ever tried flirting with someone was when I went up to the girl. I ran straight to her, got on my knees, and I said, "Hey baby, you know what's true. Once you pop, the fun can't stop." After that, everybody laughed at me, but the girl went up to me and said, "You know what? Here's my phone number. Call me after class." Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. So guys, what's the most awkward way you've tried to flirt with someone? Let us know on the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, everybody. Peace.